Hi guys. So there have been a lot of comments and a lot of questions around whether I can get into a German university with low grades. And the answer is definitely you can get through with low grades. But there are a few things which we'll talk about in this video today which you really need to take care of. So I'll tell you three tricks or three things which you can do so that your chances of getting into a European or a German university will increase even if you have very low grades. So the first thing is that and we will talk about these three solutions in the end, but let's just focus first on two quick points. The first one is that only a very small percentage of your application is driven by your grades. So when a German university is picking a candidate for master's or even bachelor's program, they are not only looking at your grades. I think in India, in China, or in other parts of Asia, grades are very important, but in Germany, the grades are, let's say, only 30 to 40% or even lower important. The rest of the weightage, so if there are 100 points in the weightage, only 30 to 40 weightage is given to grades. The rest of the weightage goes to other things like your profile relevancy, course matching, and so on. So I've talked a lot about course matching. I keep talking about it. So if you are, for example, a civil engineer bachelor and you want to do a master's program in computer science, it's not impossible to do it, but you really need to show that why and how you will be able to do that transition. It's not just that you have a 9.5 in civil engineering and suddenly you will get a master's in computer science. That will not happen. So even if you have a very high grade in a different stream, it will be extremely difficult for you to get through some of these programs. So that is the first thing. The grades are important, but they are not that important. I think most important thing is how relevant is your bachelor's degree to the master's which you are applying to. So that's point number one. Point number two is that a lot of these universities will slot candidates, meaning that if you have 75% or above, they will not interview you in most cases. If you have between 60 to 75, you have a fairly good chance of getting an interview. And if you have below 60, you have a very good chance of getting rejected. But you can do three very specific things so that even if you have less than 60%, even then your chances go up quite significantly. So the first thing what you can do is, so in Germany, a lot of students do this, which is they get some extra points for doing social service and joining the army. So what they do is that they'll serve, do some kind of an NGO work for, let's say, 6 months or 3 months, and then they will apply. That will increase their chances of getting into the university. And you can do the similar thing. So the first thing is you can do some kind of a social service, get some kind of a certification from, let's say, Indian Red Cross. Please don't do it with a local Indian NGO which is not recognized in Europe. Do NGO work with an organization which is also recognized in Germany, because that will add credibility. Else, it's very difficult for anybody who's looking at your application to figure out what you have done. And more importantly, it's very sometimes a lot of people produce fake certificates, which is not good. So it's better that you produce a proper certification and then apply. So don't do some fake NGO work. Do some real NGO work for 3 or 6 months with an organization which has some relevancy or some association back in Germany. And this could be Greenpeace, this could be Indian Red Cross, and so on. I mean, there are a lot of European NGOs which are active in India also. Right, so that's the first thing. The second thing is that you could do some kind of associated projects. So for example, if you are a civil engineer, you want to apply for computer science, or if you want to apply for artificial intelligence, then you have to show the bridge that why your candidature is more relevant or more appealing to the university compared to a computer science undergrad. even with the lower grade, he will be able to get through. So do some kind of project work with the professor for 3 months or 6 months, do some kind of internship with some company, do like a proper internship. Don't do again a fake certification kind of a thing. It will not help you. So that's the second thing. Do some proper internship, do some kind of proper project, and get a proper certification or a recommendation letter, which is linked to the master's which you're applying for. So if you're doing some master's in artificial intelligence, then you should apply for get some kind of a certification for AI. So that's the second thing. The third thing is, and which is very important, which is apply for low ranked universities. What do I mean by that? I mean, there are a lot of universities which are super high ranked globally, like TUM in Munich. It's very difficult to get through. So if you have low grades, then it becomes extremely difficult for you even to get considered in such universities. So the best thing is you apply for universities in Eastern Germany. Eastern Germany universities are easier to get into, and there are also some universities around Cologne which are easier to get into. So there are a lot of these universities all across Germany, especially in the east, and some universities in the west which are much easier to get into. They don't have very high ranking, but the opportunity which you will get after graduating is very similar to what you will get if you've graduated from, let's say, a TUM or some university in Hamburg. So I would say that if your grades are below 60%, then you should definitely consider applying to universities which are not the best. So apply for a low ranked university, and apply not just for one, but apply for at least 5 universities and for at least 5 programs which may be similar or also different. So those are the 3 things. You do some kind of social work that improves your chances. That's maybe a 3 to 6 months work. That's number 1, social service. Number 2, do some kind of relevant project work or internship and get a letter of recommendation. And number 3, apply for low ranked universities. So guys, these are 3 very quick tips for you if your grades are low and you still want to study. And a lot of people will tell you that it's not possible to get through the master's program or get an admission if your grades are less than 60%. That is absolutely not true. I know a lot of students who have done that. You can do it, and these are the 3 tricks: social service, letter of recommendation with some kind of a relevant project or internship, and then the third one really is to apply for a low ranked university. There is nothing bad about it if you really want to get into a master's program. All right guys, so this is for today, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section. Good luck, and see you in the next one. Bye.